Kyle Lowry. At the other forward position, Kawhi Leonard. At the other guard position, Terrence Jordan. The head coach of the visiting team, Steve Clifford. And now, your Miami Heat starting lineup. At the shooting guard position, 6 feet 4 inches, number 8, Tyler Johnson. At power forward, standing 6'8", number 16. James Johnson, the other forward, at 6'6", number 0, Josh Richardson. Starting at the other guard, at 6'3", number 7, Goran Dragic. In the middle, at 7'0", number 21, Hassan Whiteside. Eric Spoelstra is your head coach. Your Miami Heat!
It's game time here in Miami as the crowds at the American Airlines Arena look to cheer on the hometown Heat. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. For the Miami Heat, they are coming off a good outing against the Rockets in Houston.
And always tough on the road, but that attack mindset that they brought offensively, I really felt like that set them apart.
Yeah, sometimes when you're pushing the action, you can see some great teamwork, and then all of a sudden the individuals on your team can take over. All of that here tonight.
And so the tip-off, it's Miami. Hey, Brent, the season winding down and teams are looking at playoff slotting. Have you ever, though, been a part of a team that suffered a late season collapse?
I don't think the teams that I was on, Kevin, and fortunate to be on, that had expectations to go deep into the playoffs or maybe eventually participate in the finals ever had that kind of breakdown. But in Seattle in 2003, a team led by Gary Payton, I know we had an opportunity to get in, to sneak in maybe to the 8th slot. We struggled with inconsistency all year long. I don't know how big the meltdown was, but disappointing for that talented of a team to not have an opportunity to participate in the postseason.
I'm sure. Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Inside pairing is Ibaka and Valanciunas. Jordan is out there with Lowry, and it's Leonard in at the small forward position.
This is where all the extra hours of practice come into play. Leonard couldn't be more in sync on that catch and shoot.
Johnson attacking. That shot, no good. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Yeah, it was almost robotic, Greg, in this one. They filtered out all the noise and came in razor-sharp precision on the offensive end.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now here's Leonard. Coming off a stellar performance against Boston. Yes, that goes in.
Yeah, the offense sort of works itself out to a lot of mid-range shots, and Kawhi getting dangerous from that spot.
Back to Dragic. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
Lowry finds Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. 7 points for Kawhi Leonard. The Heat have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to catch up with Eric Spoelstra a few minutes ago. They are 0-2 so far against this team this season. I asked them what they have to do to flip the script. He said, well, at the end of the day, it comes down to putting points on the board. We have to be more effective against their shot blockers. Maybe it's crashing the glass. Maybe it's better looks on the perimeter. We have to figure it out. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. Well, the challenge of facing this tough defensive squad is right at the front of their minds.
As it should be, because if they're not prepared for every look and matchup that D is going to throw at them, it'll be a long day.
I think he has them prepared, and now it's just a question of whether they can match the energy and intensity that this team always brings onto the floor.
Now, here's Dragic. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Unloads from 13. And, yep, finally dropped after rolling around the rim. Dragic has got his second basket of the night. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Jordan, and it's blocked by Whiteside.
When you consider just how long and how big Whiteside is down there, it's not surprising that shot blocking is something he does well.
Now here's Dragic. He picked up 12 points in their last one against Houston. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Defense has to feel fortunate. Somehow he missed that opportunity, and still, there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot.
Leonard against Richardson. Leonard the pass to Lowry. Shoots the three. The rebound by Johnson. The Heat leading by 3. Johnson left side. And it's Johnson with the jam.
And Johnson can certainly leap up for dunks like that. You got to respect his athleticism there.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside. And even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
And it's Lowry with the ball, brings it up for Toronto. Last time they met was in Toronto.
And the last time these teams met, it was a walk in the park, and everybody got in on the act. Their bench was spectacular in that win.
Well, they built up the big lead and then let the second unit get out there and do their work. And you're right, the guys coming in off the bench were spectacular. They put up a ton of points.
Richardson, good.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Here's Lowry. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Celtics in Boston.
Loved his passing tonight as well. He was just cutting the defense to pieces out there.
Basket, good. Leonard's got 9 points.
No, right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Remember back in 2016, James Johnson signed a make-good contract with the Heat. He's transformed his body, going from about 274 to under 240. And in the following season, they rewarded him with a 4-year, $60 million deal.
Nobody near Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
And that's what makes Lowry a great floor leader. Just unselfish in his attitude and great awareness of how to keep his teammates involved.
Now here's Dragic. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. And for James Johnson, losing all that weight seems to have unlocked his versatile, high-energy game, Greg.
Yeah, and this lower weight, Kevin, this guy's a wall of muscle. You combine that with the greater mobility, and now he possesses an athletic advantage most every night he takes the floor.
5 to shoot. Three-pointer, Lowry. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. Now that we have a chance, let's take a look at the NBA's scoring leaders since the All-Star break. Take a look at Jordan, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
He is making his mark in a big way and with big points. You love to see guys get better the later in the season we get. In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Now here's Dragic. Pass to Richardson. Back to Dragic. Toronto grabs the miss.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter. and he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. There are a lot of guys that can just blow right by you. They turn on the jets, and they're as quick as a hiccup. And there are some guys with that quick first step that they're a blur.
I love watching Damian Lillard in Portland when it is that he has one of those, most of the games he has it going, but one of those games where he's really got it going, and the way that he can get around a pick and get into the hoop. Damian Lillard, explosive. Put Kyrie Irving, put John Wall's blazing speed on that list. And sometimes Goran Dragic, the way he weasels into a lane, and I mean that in a good way, finishing off.
No, I like that word. It's a good word.
He's fantastic. So we have tremendous explosive point guards who get the job done.
Here's Van Vliet. Dion Waiters making his last shot. Outside Leonard from deep. Rebound by Olynyk. Here's Miami now. They're on a 16-7 run. No one covering. And now a 9-point Miami lead.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Van Vliet kicks to Jordan. And it's off from three-point range.
And right now, I think just his demeanor is hurting the team. His shooting's been off, and he knows it.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Jordan.
As he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Toronto. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. And we'll be right back after this. And the Heat making a change here. Johnson's checked in. The Raptors also changing it up. Leonard comes in for C.J. Miles. And it's Jordan in for OG Anunoby. Down low, Johnson. And he banks in the layup.
Some good balance from Johnson. Incredible watching him maintain that focus. Look at his eyes on the rim there on that difficult shot.
Now here's Jordan. He picked up 27 points in their last win against the Celtics in Boston. He hits that shot, his first of the night, now 1 for 6.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
Now here's Johnson. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Here's Dragic. Lock at 6. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Dragic has got 6 points.
A nice job from Goran Dragic there to take the jumper in the face of some pretty good defense there and still nails it.
Lowry against Dragic. Outside Lowry. Takes a 3. No good. Shot missing. And it's Miami the other way.
And head coach Eric Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, like a 5-tool baseball player, James Johnson's one of those guys who does a little bit of everything for his team.
Here's Leonard, again Toronto. And Spoelstra assigns assistants to read books, attend clinics, and bring back reports. Always looking for new insights.
Yep, lots of paperwork on that Miami Heat coaching staff. They keep daily notes on everything from basketball to the big picture around the team. Stats, quotes, questions, all inspirational stuff. So anything they can draw a competitive advantage on or keep things positive, Spo's looking to do that.
And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Olynyk.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
Here's Dragic, and it's sent back by Leonard.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Olynyk. The Raptors shooting their first free throws of the game right now. And the first one at the line is good. Brent, we're seeing shorter training camps. I don't know if it adds to injuries or takes away from injuries with fresher bodies. What do you think about that whole philosophy?
I believe that the shorter training camp did lead itself and lend itself to more injuries last year. And one of the things that I'm concerned with, Kevin, just on a physiological level for players, is that what they are doing to prepare themselves for the season as an individual player, working on your weaknesses and doing those sort of things, is not the same as getting in a training camp and preparing yourself for your stamina, your endurance, and your wins. And I wonder if there will be some moves in the next couple seasons about trying to get off the individual training and get back to more of the endurance stamina training so that these little injuries are just not part of a season in the future.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, T in that last outing against the Celtics looked like he was on a mission. He finished with 27 points and played tremendous defense as well, really causing havoc on both ends of the floor. Just a spectacular outing, and that's what we've come to expect from him, a true star in this league. And Kevin, I'm sure he'll be looking to do the same thing here tonight.
All right, David, thanks. He lifted his game to an unreal level that night.
Yeah, he showed how dangerous he is when he's at his best. And, man, he'd love to keep that hot streak going here tonight.
Would you guys be surprised if he doesn't keep it going? I mean, the only way to follow up a game like that is with an even better one.
Here's Leonard. After the made shot from Goran Dragic, Leonard kicks to Ibaka. Wright, that's a 2-pointer, hits the jumper in space.
Yes,
Wright's got his third basket of the night right there. The Heat trail by 17. Olynyk high post. Back to Johnson, and it's blocked by Jordan. Here's Wright. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
That's his first.
And the Heat committing a lot of money for this hard-working bunch. Brent, how do they improve from this point on?
Now it's about player development, Kevin, taking advantage of the off-season, making sure that guys are improving upon their weaknesses and staying sharp with their strengths. They're going to have to find a few more diamonds in the rough out there to add to this roster and maybe set themselves up in free agency to lure somebody down the South Beach. We'll see if they can do that. The front office tends to get creative in that way.
Now here's Johnson. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Down low, kicks it out to Johnson. Fades back. Jordan with the rebound. Outside Leonard, the 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. Johnson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Shoots. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Toronto Raptors with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. And with as many 3-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking out open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. There wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, scoring consistently from range. He really lit it up there in the first half.
We'll see if they keep feeding him right now until he cools down or until the defense does something to take him away from these great opportunities. No reason to go away from him.
Tipping off the second half, here's Steve Clifford's 5. Leonard and Ibaka are the forward pairing. Jordan is out there with Lowry, and it's Valanciunas in at the center position. Now here's Johnson after the miss from Jordan. Leonard finds Jordan. He drains the quick shot. Jordan's got the first points of the second half here for the Raptors. Passes it to Richardson. Here is Whiteside. He's covered by Leonard. Right wing, Dragic with a wide open look. Drills the three-pointer. Dragic has got 11 points.
Well, he did not think twice. Firing away, Dragic knocks down and sinks the three ball.
Leonard inside. Richardson covering.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger.
Back to Johnson. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Jordan. Kicks it to Valanciunas. And stolen by Whiteside. Johnson against Jordan. And it's Whiteside. That time on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 assists in the game. Raptors leading by 16. Now Lowry. He's got 6. In the corner, Ibaka with it. It's good from long range. Ibaka's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Boy, watching Ibaka, he possesses good form and just solid range on his shot.
Dragic dishes to Whiteside. Johnson, the pass to Johnson. Got a piece of it. And Toronto turns it over again. Boy, 3 games left until the start of the playoffs. Let's see how the East will look. Taking a look at Toronto. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And, of course, there's the Heat. They're much further down in the standings right now.
And for the Raptors, they look like a team on a mission. We knew coming into this season that they were going to be one of the teams to beat. They've done nothing to change anyone's mind about that.
The only people whose minds have changed are the people who said they were going to have a down year. There is no one left saying that.
Just 4 to shoot. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start. And Tyler Johnson, undrafted out of Fresno State back in 2014. One of those lunch pail players. Didn't take him long to make his mark in the NBA.
Now Johnson. Following the miss by Kyle Lowry from deep. Johnson kicks to Johnson. Ibaka against Johnson. Dishes it to Dragic. Miami needs to get a shot off with the fadeaway. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Tyler Johnson, a 6'4" combo guard. Greg, talk about how he straddles that gap.
Yeah, I mean, a shooter with athleticism. I mean, the lefty's still developing that right hand, but improving as a playmaker and game management right before our eyes.
And the Heat call time here. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
Waiters, he's checked in for Johnson. The Raptors also with a sub. Miles is checked in. Now here's Waiters. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Now here's Jordan after Dion Waiters' miss. And the basket by Lowry.
And his touch inside more than makes up for Lowry's lack of size. He's a terrific finisher in the paint and doesn't miss many once he gets in tight.
Here's Dragic. 11 points in the game. Johnson outside. Over Ibaka. They grab their own miss. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Outside Lowry. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his first foul. Well, Brent, we're seeing the Hack-a-Shack targets improve their free throw shooting. Rules changes might curb the strategy, though, going forward.
Well, it's been nice to see that NBA players have worked on a weakness of theirs, free throw shooting in particular, to be better and be somebody who can stay on the floor to impact your team's winning. We saw that last year, Andre Drummond being a prime example. The other thing, Kevin, that we've seen too is coaches having to implement strategies, not just to do the hacking, but in terms of their substitutions and who's on the floor. So interesting thought processes from both ends, but mostly Go shoot some free throws, guys.
Yeah, practice.
Practice.
Here's Van Vliet. Dion Waiters making his last shot. The shot's good from Jordan.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
Now here's Dragic. Waiters outside. Back to Dragic. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
And looking now at some numbers for Jordan. The past month has been surreal. Averaging 34 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders when he is in the game. A great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
Well, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Raptors leading by 23. Lets a floater go. And it's Miami with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Richardson finds Waiters. And that one, good.
Well, Waiters and confidence, they go together pretty well.
A different look for Miami. Olynyk, he's checked in for Johnson. Rodney Magruder comes in for Richardson. And it's Joseph in for Goran Dragic. Raptors also changing it up. Davis comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Pascal Siakam in for Kyle Lowry. Now here's Jordan. 10 points for him. Over Waiters. And Jordan gets it to go. Jordan's got 10 points in just the second half.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
And the Heat call time here.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
The Raptors making a switch here. White's checked in. Joseph, the pass to Whiteside. Back to Joseph. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Olynyk, and the dunk by Olynyk.
Yeah, he can surprise you around the rim. Olynyk has some lift.
And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for the Raptors. Pass to Siakam. Back to Jordan from outside the arc. And no good that time. And the Heat going the other way now. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. That one falls.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And right, here we go. Here's Siakam. And he's good on the 3-ball. Siakam's got 5 points so far.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Fires it up. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Waiters got 9 points now in the quarter.
A beautiful timing on that play. Waiters reaches into his bag of tricks and makes a slick move on the pick and roll.
Count that one.
It's pretty simple. I figured it out. He can't miss. Adding to the lead with ease and capitalizing on every opportunity. He can't miss.
Inside. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Right side. Jordan inside. He's guarded by Waiters. Jordan can't get it to go. The Heat trail by 21. Here's Magruder. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And it's Davis missing.
And a little frustration now, missing on the catch and flush.
Sometimes the easy play is the right play. You take a chance when you go for that big finish.
Yeah, and Olynyk up and down at the free throw line early in his career, but with his touch, he's bound to become more consistent.
And that one falls for Olynyk. And so Olynyk nails both of them. Raptors leading by 19. Now here's Jordan. He's got 14. A terrific shot on the turnaround. Jordan's got 14 points now in the second half.
And I ask you, what can you do? This guy is a phenomenal decision maker.
And Waiters kicks to Joseph. Olynyk in the corner. Sinks the triple. Olynyk's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, listen, if you're 7 foot and can shoot threes, there's a place for you in today's NBA. Olynyk has that rare combination.
Stolen by Joseph. To the inside. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got his 4th rebound in this one. Davis. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got his 5th assist in this one. So it's Miami now. Joseph finds Waiters. 1:36 left in the third. At the elbow, it's Whiteside. That one, no good. Davis with some nice D. And a wide open look for Jordan. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Miami's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Magruder passes to Waiters. It's deflected. Right side. Pass to Van Vliet. Outside Jordan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And they pick up 2. Jordan's got 21.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Miami's gone to 3-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Olynyk dishes to Waiters. And he knocks down the jumper. Waiters got 11 in the second half.
Well, some of Waiters' most efficient numbers come when he's in catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Here's Van Vliet. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Back to Siakam. Here's Jordan, and Whiteside sends it back. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Waiters. The teardrop falls in. Waiters got 15.
Got to keep track of Waiters here, especially when he starts to leak out like that and wants to attack you early in transition.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Raptors just dominating this one. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Corey Joseph is out there with Tyler Johnson. Then there's Dion Waiters. Then it's Olynyk. And it's Johnson in at the 4 slot. That's the group on the 4 for Miami. Now here's Waiters. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's foul number 2 for him. Well, we know that Dr. James Naismith came up with the idea when he was teaching at the YMCA. But as far as skill development, Brent, some feel that maybe in the skill category that the USA has fallen behind a little bit. Do you agree?
I think what the United States is doing on that level between your late grade school years and AAU programs in particular and your high school years, that they're trying to address this issue and get ahead of it a little bit. For years, there was a 10-year or 15-year gap about European players being schooled and being in institutions where they were basically young professionals from the age of 12 to 14 having school and basketball and being at a facility for just those things specifically. The last few years, there's been a lot of concern with players being more adept and more skilled here in the States. The change is coming.
Goran Dragic is checked in for the Heat. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Toronto. Lowry kicks to Jordan. In the corner, Ibaka with it. Tries again. Good D by Johnson.
Yeah, defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic. Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
The Heat trail by 21. Johnson kicks to Johnson. Outside Dragic. Back to Johnson. Looking to end his cold spell. Again, the miss by the Heat. Raptors leading by 21. Lowry up top. He's guarded by Dragic. Valanciunas finds Lowry. Poked away. It's stolen by Johnson. The pass to Olynyk. Guys are slimming down, it seems, Brent, to play at a faster pace. And we hear more and more players are using a plant-based diet now.
Vegan-style players.
Maybe not quite to that extent, but they are certainly very, very cautious about what they're putting in their bodies.
I think we just hear more stories about some of the things that players are trying in order to get themselves to their athletic peak. And one of those things, of course, one of the most important things is the fuel that you're going to put into your body, because that's your only tool. So I think guys just pay a little bit more attention to how it is they're feeding the system.
Josh Richardson's checked in for the Heat. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Here's Valanciunas. Shot clock at 6. Leonard against Richardson.
Well, this is why they got Richardson. It's because of the defensive end. He holds his ground on that position, and nothing easy.
Johnson against Ibaka. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. There's Dragic with the 3. Knocked away. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Toronto. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Count that one.
Yeah, with a hand in his face, no less. Inside, Ibaka uses his long arms to convert through the contact.
Outside Dragic. Richardson the pass to Olynyk. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Man, that's a clean shot, too. You got to sink those. He must be disappointed that he blew that chance.
The drive by Jordan. Johnson with the block.
Well, Tyler Johnson getting up fast to block that one.
Lets it go. And he overshot that one, missing.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 8 points for James Johnson.
Of course, wanting to get better from outside the arc, James Johnson realizes he's got to keep making those shot attempts. Well, the defense looking at him like a Rubik's Cube. They cannot figure him out. He continues to light him up from the field. More importantly, they're winning.
Here's Dragic. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Dragic dishes to Olynyk. Dragic against Lowry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Richardson, that's a 2-pointer. Rebound by the Raptors. Valanciunas has got 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
Jordan kicks to Ibaka. Jordan the pass to Ibaka. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That one's on Johnson.
One of the best free throw shooting bigs in the league. But that wasn't always the case for Ibaka. He has put in a ton of work. You know, and Serge Ibaka, a player who kind of came into the league as a defensive stopper, shot blocker. You know, still has great length and can bother shots, but not the prolific shot blocker he once was, as the focus has become more on the offensive end.
Now, here's Dragic. He kicks to Richardson. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got his third assist on the night. Raptors leading by 21. And with Ibaka at one point would average almost 4 blocks a game.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard for any player to maintain a pace that high at this stage. Ibaka's done well to adjust, I think, his capabilities and make sure he can still have an impact on defense. The block numbers won't ever be as gaudy as they once were, but he is still causing problems for shooters.
No good from Dragic. Toronto's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. And here's Leonard. Outside Jordan, launches it. The shot comes out. Richardson with it. He feeds it to Dragic. Olynyk trying to break loose. And Dragic with the basket on the assist by Richardson.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Lowry finds Valanciunas. Richardson against Leonard. Outside Lowry. Clock at 6. And the Raptors tack on 2 more. And here are the Heat now. Now Dragic. One team owner proposed that we should abolish the draft and have free agency for rookies, maybe giving lesser teams a bigger pool of money to spend. Just some of the ideas that these teams are in the league is throwing out there.
Well, that's an interesting idea. The one that I heard about last summer was in Houston trying to flip-flop free agency and the draft so that all of a sudden what you can do is draft players after it is that you've made all your free agent acquisitions, so you could draft positionally, you know you're set up for your team next year. And the more I've thought about that, Kevin, coming into this season, the more I like it. So we'll see what kind of traction that gets.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around him.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's Jordan, and it's Miami with the rebound.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Now here's Dragic. Good work defensively by Lowry.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Passes it to Jordan. Kicks it to Valanciunas. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
That's just smart basketball. Ideally,
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.